Big Tega Podcast, powered by Big Tega Media.
Welcome to the Big Tega Podcast. Today I have with me a music producer, artist, performer extraordinaire, and a very talented drummer. Rundatrax.
Yeah,
Hey, Rundatrax. How you doing?
I'm good.
What's been
Big
happening with you?
Tega.
What's been happening with you, man?
The second prince got punished for Rundatrax. Sound it. Yo, chilling with Big Tega Media. What going?
Good.
Yep.
Good.
I've been good. Been on, my hands, full from studio stage. So much been happening, man. That's it.
Yeah. Well, let's go quickly into the, interview. Tell us about yourself.
Myself, okay. I start from, I was born in Neket, local government of Akwa Ibom State in Nigeria, and I was born to my late father and mother. My father was in the military, and he was a musician too. My mother was, a veteran teacher, taught for over 40 years. So that is pretty much my foundation. I started music in church. My mother was, was a prophet. And, I always go to church with her. So that's my primary foundation of music. Then went to primary school, secondary school. Then I went to college in Lagos. That's Yaba College of Technology, because I wanted to take my music career to Lagos. Because where I was, raised, there was not much happening around music. So, yeah. And I went to Lagos. Yaba Tech, did music, and the rest is, history. Like I'm here right now, from Lagos to America.
That's good. Who has made the most influence in your life?
As a person or as a musician?
Both. Your music career, your life generally, who has made the most influence?
Generally, my life, I think it's my mother, my late mother, because everything everybody is enjoying in terms of relationship-wise, music-wise, I got that foundation from her. So, and I buried her last November, so it's to have her blessed memory. The music wise, I grew up listening to
that.
Yeah, thank you. I grew up listening to I'm from Akwa Ibom, so we like reggae. Bob Marley, Lucky Dubay, Fela. My dad had everything about Fela's music.
Everybody loves Fela.
Yeah, my dad had everything about Fela's music. So those are my primary influence. Then, of course, in the era where P. Diddy then was Puff Daddy. I didn't really listen to a lot of hip hop though, but I listened to High Life, a lot of High Life. Osadebe, King Sonny Ade. I was mostly drawn to live music, people that had live, music going on, like the veterans. So that's it, pretty much. Those are the biggest musical influence that I can remember, growing up.
When did you first start learning about your music career?
Man, when I was out of secondary school, I was ready to go. Then, so my dad was in the military. He wanted me to be in the military, so I did the military NDA, so Nigerian Defense Academy exam. The day of the interview, after I made the interview, I just came back and I told my mom and my dad, like, I'm not going to the military. And it was a very crazy moment. I told them I want to be a musician full time. And back then, where I come from, that's a taboo, telling your parents you want to do music full time. Like, what? But yeah, after when I got to Lagos, I was already doing music back home, but I was doing a whole lot of gospel. Okay. But foundationally, I started playing traditional music. I was in a masquerade band. I was almost like a town crier. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know how to play these drums that you're playing?
Yeah. If you notice, my drums are local.
Yeah.
My sounds are very local. I used to play with the masquerade. So my mom didn't just want me to be initiated, because the masquerade is some kind of fraternity, She didn't just want me to get into it, because it was getting deeper where sometimes you have to get into the bush for 7 days before the main masquerade come out. And I was so skillful that, I would play for the main masquerade to do the gyration and all of that. So yeah, then I learned production back in Uyo.
Okay.
Shout out to Manny of, he was in Destiny Chapel. Then I learned music production a little bit from him. But I'm really self-taught though, because I like to read and gather materials online, YouTube and all of that. But that's my foundation in music.
Okay. You are a very influential person. Everybody knows you, at least in Atlanta, that we are. There's nowhere you go that people don't know Rundatrax. So what do you think made you so influential? Is it your drum playing or your music production?
I think I'm just beginning to let me see, get popular here in Atlanta. I'm more popular back in Nigeria, because by the time I got to Lagos, my first year in college, I was already signing artists.
Oh.
So then
Okay.
see, this is the part that people don't really know. Then Don Jazzy brought the Bash from London. They came with Mohit, and Osagi brought Whiskey. Osagi was Whiskey manager at the time.
Okay.
Took Whiskey to Don Jazzy, took Whiskey to Banky. Then I brought a guy called Sugar Boy A1. I remember one of those days I went home, I went to Neket to see my parents. And I was just sitting in, in the front porch, and somebody was just freestyling and walking around. And I called him, hey, what are you? You sing different, And that was Sugar Boy A1. So yeah, then I had the same legal structure that Mohit, that's had, the same person that as Tunde Laoye of LIA consultant just in Ikoyi, he was in charge of a lot of smooth promotion. That's Ion Emotion, that's Hip TV, Wade MC. It's a whole lot, Mohits. So he had Wala Media that I partnered with him. Okay. But I brought Sugar Boy. That's how I was known. I did the one time joint with Mode 9 that, I convinced Mode 9 to go commercial, kind of a little bit commercial, because Mode 9 was hardcore hip hop. So I did Badman featuring Sugar Boy. Badman, she said she liked my flow, Swagger Man, dope. Badman, give me bad instrumental. So that's how I got Sugar Boy popular.
Yeah.
And I got popular from there. Then we started doing big things. It was almost like, at the time, it was Whiskey and Sugar Boy. I'm telling you. In fact, Sugar Boy was pretty much very big. Then Davido came from America, I think a year and about 2 years after. So my fame came from the song with Mode 9. Then the fact that I was, I signed Sugar Boy. I was producing and managing him at the time, doing A&R for him. Then I did that for a couple of years. Then he left to Emperor Jeezy, that's G.W. White. The manner at which he left just let me shut down, because that time, I was big. I was like whole Lagos. We did Pepsi tour where Tiwa just came back from America as TBOs brought Tiwa. Yeah, I remember we did the tour. Chin of Giddy Fest. Then he was the one, managing the Pepsi tour. Yeah. I really got my fame way back then. But, how it is when you invest, and then it was like my youthful money, my youthful energy, and somebody that messed it up. It was a big blow on me. So it took me a minute for me to get over it. Like back those days, we used to have like radio and TV presenters like on payroll. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got to put my artist on. I'll be giving you 50,000 every month. Give me, I was making money because I was producing, and I was also a sound engineer. So I was buying equipment and installing it in churches. I was also at part-time working with major sound engineering companies that we did a whole lot of shows. I worked with Press Foundation. I worked with Did Lawani. I worked with everybody that I pretty much came into the industry at the time of the Remedies.
Okay.
That's how far I've been in the industry, you see. So then all of that happened. Then I came to America. When I came to America, it was like I still was on the signing of artists because, so I know how to, turn sound to gold as far as, as human beings concerned, talented people. I know how to make them be heard.
Yeah.
So that didn't work out for me. And I tried working with like about 4 different artists. At the time, Tunde Nut was like, yo, you don't ever bring any artist to me anymore to promote. You are yourself. You are your own star.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Then we started Kolo FM. It was during the pandemic. Kolo FM was just like a podcast like this, but it was more of live performances.
Okay.
By Tunde Nut. So that was done at my basement. So Tunde used to drive to Riverdale. My studio was in Riverdale then. Then I think pretty much everything, lifestyle engineering around all of us, started from there. It was Zimo, DJ Zimo, that owns Playground, Kelvin Bosch of My Afrobeat, and me and Tunde Nut. It was 4 of us. But I was the start of the gig because that's when I started keeping my green hair. Then I was always playing, so people always loved my performances. Then Tunde told me, yo, bro, if I manage, you're gonna blow. I thought about myself. I'm like, man, if Tunde even thought about managing me, that's something,
Yeah.
And he discouraged me from signing because I was always particular about artists. My own is I know how to mold an artist for them to be heard worldwide, and I thought with that I was going to be able to blow anybody. Then my fame will come from there. But I started making money from my basement, so people will come as guests for the podcast. Then when we were playing, people would start spraying me money. Even though I used to play before, I never took it serious. Then Tunde said, yo, I'm going to give you, discounted and free posts. Yeah. Tunde started posting me. He put me out. Then Kevin Bosch like, yo, everybody's asking about the green hair. You better keep this green hair. So that's how my Atlanta fame started. Well, it didn't start from Atlanta because Tunde's audience is everywhere.
Yeah.
Then I started doing gigs with Zimo. Yeah, DJ Zimo. Then the rest is history. So I think I have a path that that I built my fan base. There's some people that still know me as a producer.
Okay.
There's some people that are still surprised that, whoa, you're playing right now. Everybody is surprised because that side of me they didn't know. There's some people that only think that I'm just a percussionist or but for whatever reason, I would say that organically I have built hardcore fan base from Atlanta and the other cities in America. Yeah, I've built organically. You see, I've performed everywhere.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
So who has taught you the most in your craft? Like when you started all this, do you have like a mentor? You mentioned a lot of people you've worked with, but who has taught you the most about your craft?
I think I'm self-inspired.
Okay.
But motivation comes from everywhere.
Yeah.
I used to be very, very, as an artist manager and a producer, I used to be very, very motivated by Don Jazzy. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I used to feel like, yeah, if Don Jazzy can do this, me, I can do it because, I knew I had talent. All I was looking for was a willing artist to work with. Then I had my lawyer then. He was the CEO of Tega Media. That's Tunde Laoye.
Okay.
Then I had, I was a big fan of Ayo Nima Shaun then.
Okay.
Then it was Hip Hop World Magazine, now Hip TV. That's the Hades Award.
Yeah.
Then Eddie Lawani. What? Man. I used to look up pretty much the people around me, But as far as my art is concerned, I think I'm self-taught, because I put in a lot of time in doing rehearsals, I do rehearsals a lot. I play all the time. Even when I'm seen, I'm not seen. Even when I have an audience or not, I just like to play.
You have great energy. Whenever I see you play, wherever the parties or at any events, everywhere goes, Everywhere is electrified by your play.
I know, right?
What gives you that energy?
First of all, I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And secondly, I feel like they used to call me follow come battery. I don't, my energy comes from how inspired I get. And also when I see the people feel my performance, it brings out something else in me.
Okay.
Especially, when you play and I'm looking at the audience and especially the ladies are going crazy. I'm like, crap. Yeah. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And also, most especially, when they're throwing money on me.
Oh, yeah.
Once you throw on the bill, 20, 50, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that it inspires you a lot.
Yeah.
It motivates you.
Once you throw $20, I'm like, wherever that $20 came from, there's $50 somewhere or there's hundreds.
Yeah.
So it's like something else that I do not understand comes on me, and I think it's the Holy Spirit pretty much. So I go crazy, So that's it. That's a trade secret. Once you throw money on me, it's a wrap. Like there's a time I had a show in Miami, and it was a birthday party. So it was a big boys' birthday party. So they already had different things going on. They had like strippers and in the other corner, But Nigerian, big boys, they like bedu, So when I was doing my performance, the strippers too, they were doing their performance. Yeah. And a whole lot of people were just, people that like strippers, they do. Everybody wants to see, naked booty. But when I started my performance, it was like magic. Everybody just left the strippers and came. You know how it is, we like our African thing. So at the time that the strippers were confused, they were throwing money at the strippers. And at that time, because it was a big boys party, I'm like, none of you should throw me ones, or me, I'm not a stripper. You see what I'm saying? So they were throwing me 20, 50s, and 100. And the strippers, they were looking at me. I think one of the strippers was like the major lady. She came and asked me, yo, what are you? Like, they've never seen somebody, they've never seen, they're not African, so they don't understand spraying in parties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, I had to tell her, I'm a deity, I'm a god, And I'm from back home. You see what I'm saying? So those things, being able to draw people to your performance, the more people are drawn to my performance, it brings out the kind of energy that even right now I don't know how to explain. Yeah.
A lot of people think that you are weird.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can.
Do you hear people telling you that?
Yeah,
a lot of people think that you're weird, But what is that your personal opinion that a lot of people disagree with?
First of all, well, I will say this, and I will say this to the audience. I don't care about what anybody's thinking. I can't control that. That's depression, trying to figure out what people think about you.
Absolutely.
So people can think anything, but once you come to my party, your mindset will change. And secondly, I'm a creative. I don't like being normal. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I'm normal as a man. I'm a straight male. You know what I'm saying? I love women straight up. You know what I'm saying? Yep. When I mean normal, that's very normal about me, you see? But I like to walk into a room and my presence is felt. Yeah. I don't like to. You see what I'm saying? When I come to you, it's like, there's a great person, you got punished, focus on Rundatrax. Sound it! It's like, I have to announce myself. I don't care whoever is. I've been in rooms with everybody, like every major people, PDD. I mean, I can't start mentioning names. I always introduce myself like that, and it sounds weird to people. So I understand. I was, the other day, the billionaire Obi Kubana came, and I was, my friends invited me to come to Pasha. And that was just how I introduced myself. You see what I'm saying? And it was magical, to him, because he has never seen something like that before. So I had to play for him and the wife. So people thinking about me, it depends what you mean weird too. I'm an artist. I'm not supposed to look like the regular people you see I'm supposed to catch your attention even without me playing. Most times I travel, I get a lot of people look at me on the airport, Sometimes I don't even have to carry my drums, just like, most times I have my hand drums because, I checking in, it's hand baggage with me. But I can't control what anybody think about me. That's, I'm very much interested in what God feels about me, and that's it. I'll never try to put my mind around what anybody's thinking. So
Okay. Go
so,
ahead.
So for those who think I'm weird, well, it depends. I'm not regular. I'm not supposed to come off regular. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
I want to ask you a personal question.
Go ahead.
What do you enjoy the most about dating?
What I enjoy the most about dating, you see the way I was raised. I date to marry. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time. I put it this way: the only thing that really challenged that energy that you ask for is where I start dating randomly. I've been there before in Lagos, where you just what we do. It comes to the spotlight, and a lot of ladies are drawn to it. And at the time, I was heartbroken because I was in love then. When that relationship was over, I was just dating randomly, and I saw that my passion, the only thing that competes with my passion for what I do is women. So,
Do you have a lot of friends?
Yeah, I have friends. Trust me, I have more female friends. You see, the thing about women that I learned from just being a musician, women respect men that don't see them as, when they see, like when I see a woman, I don't see sex. I don't see, oh, she got nice body. This is what I'm trying to get. Nah. When I see you, I see you, first of all, as my sister. It's traditional for me. And secondly, I see you as something like somebody that got kind of sent down my way to elevate me in some kind of way. And if I reach, I see you like, yeah, you're going to be throwing me money. I don't come off with that vibe of, oh, a woman don't wow me. Nah.
So
I love women. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I see a woman, that wow factor I think it's dead, because it competes directly. I mean, first of all, it's a norm. Women always feel like every guy is crazy. Oh, especially the ones that, look good. Yeah. I'm not that every guy.
But what do you think friendship means?
Friendship, friendship is having somebody that respects you. Respect is very important in friendship. Friendship is also having somebody that you can call to, in good times, to celebrate your wins, and you know that in your heart they will celebrate with you. They won't feel jealous.
Yeah.
And somebody you can call when you're in need. Like when I lost my both parents, they died at 2-year interval. It was only my friends that I really called. I was, what I'm saying? People that I could count on. So friendship is somebody that you can count on. Respect is there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Those two things.
So how do you think a healthy friendship should look?
A healthy friendship, first of all, anything friendship, it has to be mutual. You see?
Yeah.
When that respect, the love is not mutual, that friendship is not healthy. When the love is defined, it's conditional. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most people, especially with the ladies, like, ladies and guys friendship, if the friendship is not based on what, from the lady, what I can get from him.
Yeah.
Because I get that a lot. Not really necessarily money. Most females that were my friend before that cannot be my friend now, they hang around me because of the people that I know. Not necessarily money. Just because of the people that they will get to meet. You see what I'm saying? And just because of what, the clout. You see what I'm saying? And most guys, it's guys too. You see people, because I remember when, during Kola FM, when Tunde doesn't really go anywhere, but Tunde was, coming to my house every other weekend. And everybody started coming to my place. You see what I'm saying? And when Kola FM was over, everybody, people just, you see who, you see people for who they are. So a good friendship, the respect should be mutual. Yeah. It's very important. And secondly, you should be able to count on them. And I always say these things. A good friend is a friend you can call to come and pick you from the airport or drop you off.
Yes.
Because a lot of people won't do that. A good friend is a friend.
When they're available.
When they're available. Yeah. I mean, trust me. That even most people are never available. Even if they're available, it's sacrifice. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's sort of like Kelvin Bosch. Sometimes he's out of town with the wife. He will call me, yeah, go and help. Like the kids' school, they know me
Yeah.
because I'm that person that he will call. Please go and help me get my kids from school, and I will make time. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So, good friend is somebody you can call and count on, and it's very rare to have good friends these days. Everybody always have a condition attached to what friendship. Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
You're watching the Big Tega Podcast.
What's the biggest challenge you have come to overcome in your life?
Wow, and I'm gonna be the biggest challenge is the biggest challenge that I have overcome, and this is to the glory of God, is I didn't used to be an alcoholic. I used to just drink. I like to drink. I used to smoke weed a lot. At the time, I thought I couldn't just do without smoking or drinking. So that's the biggest challenge that I've overcome. Not smoking weed and not drinking. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like my test board is different right now. And people used to feel at that time, people that are close to me, yo, I think it's because of the weed. No, when I stopped smoking, I got more energy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm more aware. You see what I'm saying? And smoking was me trying to really fit in. Everybody would just smoke, puff, pass, then you would collect. So that's the biggest challenge. And another biggest challenge is seeing myself as the brand, as what people want to see. I used to think that for me to be seen and be known, I need to develop another person, another artist. Nah. It all the time I used to think until I remember, like I said, my friends now, today now said, don't send me any artists. When you're ready to push yourself, I'm going to encourage and support you.
Yeah.
So it took, the people close to me to make me see myself as, wow. So this is what people are crazy about me. Like I'm the real deal. You see, That's a big challenge because I wasted 21 years of my life with working with different artists, try to put different artists on. So I would say a big regret, but I've learned a lot of lessons from it. And like my mom used to tell, because I used to be worried. I used to go to my mom like, yeah, why am I not blown? Why is this artist? Why are people doing me like this after putting in so much time and resources, and talent into them? My mom would tell me, yo, you're an old glue. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my glory is going to come in my later years. That God is just trying to test, groom me on how to manage, the blessings and the resources that He's going to bring my way. And that's exactly what's happening right now. So my biggest challenge are those three challenges. Not drinking, not smoking, any kind of smoke, and believing in myself that I am who the world wants to see.
Yeah.
Not some other artist.
Do you think you are misunderstood? Do you think people misunderstood? A lot.
Bruh.
You want to share that? Tell
Bro.
me, in what way?
I'm telling you, if not naturally, I'm a local boy. You see what I'm saying? If not for, entertainment, you get to learn a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm low-key homophobic, but you see, I can't be that because I'm in the entertainment business. So when people think it's when I came to America that I discovered that people, they tag when you like colors as a man, they tag you they start calling you gay. A lot of females come up to me and like, when they see me talking to another female, they're like, yo, I had a crush on you, but I low-key used to think you're gay. I'm like, what? Gay? What? Blood of Jesus? What are you talking about? I'm a Calabar boy. I love women. Like, I'm a typical Calabar boy. So I get that misunderstanding a lot. And some people think I'm arrogant. They misunderstand my confidence for arrogant. Because I'm very confident. When I walk into a room, I don't care. Like, I will wow Beyonce. Beyonce will know. I mean, I've heard her sing, so I'm a big fan. But if I meet her, when I meet her face to face, I will wow her. She will wow me. You see what I'm saying? That's my confidence level is on a different. It's on 1,000. So people always think I'm arrogant. I might know my my no game is on 1,000. If it doesn't resonate with my spirit, I say no to it. I don't think about it. Like, bruh, you don't understand. Then, yeah, if it doesn't give me, I don't like stress. Any kind of stress. Ooh, I don't care if it's $1 million. If there's stress attached to it, I don't want it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I get that misunderstanding too, and I also get misunderstood for my kindness. People think I'm weak because I'm kind or I'm nice, until I tell them no. People think they can always have access to me, like until, I'm like when I do something with somebody, maybe a project, I give it all.
Sure.
And people always think, some people always think, oh, maybe there's something he's trying to get from me or something. How you be nice to people and they don't understand that some of us are, we have angelic spirits, that, when I meet anybody, I'm not looking for what I can get from them. I'm looking for what I can add, the value that I will bring.
Sure.
Because that will stay longer. You see what I'm saying? And that's natural me. So people always mistake that for, some people always mistake that for there's something about them. No, it's nothing about you. It's my nature. There's something about them till some of them abuse it and boom, I politely excuse myself. That's one thing I'm very good at. I'll take myself out of the situation politely. Because one thing I know for sure for Shizzle, even as a musician, in fact, me saying no to one client is joy to other clients. Every time I book a show, any performance, it's me saying no to other people that are not happy. So when the deal don't work out with me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm available. I'm telling you, the people, my other clients are happy. So I think naturally as a person, I'm more drawn to wherever I'm being celebrated. You will never see me where I am not being celebrated. It is not possible. Nah. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen you perform at several occasions, especially the drum. Do you play other instruments?
Yeah, I'm a producer. I play keys, play a little bit of bass, a little bit of guitar. You see, I was raised in a church, so I kind of went around all the instruments. But
so you play the keyboard very well.
Yeah,
you play the bass guitar.
A little bit. I can play rhythm.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying?
You play rhythm.
Yeah.
And of course your drums.
Yeah, the drums I play more percussion.
Yeah, but do you play the jazz drum?
I play the real drums.
Okay.
But you see, where I was born, I didn't see electricity till I was like 4 years old or 5 years old. Yeah, I didn't know what was electricity. So everything around where I was born was natural drums. You know what I was saying?
Yes.
The local drums. So that's what I was drawn to. Then it was until I started going to my uncle's church in the city that I now saw the standard, the drum set.
Yes.
So, but the drum set has limitation. You see, they don't have that local sound that I was initially introduced to. So I'm more of a percussive, solo drummer, performer, like artist, like Carlos Santana, like Wyclef, like Kenny G with their saxophone. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. If right now I'm auditioning for DJ because I'm trying to sign my DJs, my own DJ, because I be getting the bookings are going crazy, and most times I don't like when DJs are being booked for me because then I have to go through playlists and the synergy is not really there. So yeah, I play every other instrument, but half of me is more of me is more drawn to the percussive instruments. I like to play percussion, like anything percussion, drums, of course, bongo, congas, wind percussion is, anything that has that percussive energy, that African, yeah, I'm more drawn to that. I can manipulate any atmosphere with that. Yeah, that's my strength.
Okay.
But as a producer, I play every other instrument. I really can't sing, but I can sing for a dope singer to sing.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Now they know, the viewers know that you can, you can play other instruments.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when people see you play the drums, they think that's the only thing you play.
No, I'm a producer. Like I said, as a mainstream, when you say drum, as a mainstream percussionist, you know, that's like 5 years. That's 5 years old. Me going mainstream as a percussionist, as a solo, you know. But I've always been known as a producer.
Yeah.
So I've always been producing, and you know, obviously producing, you have to figure out how to play every other instrument.
Okay. Now,
somehow.
Now, being a producer, your production company is Rundatrax, right?
That is my name too. I adopted that as my brand name.
Okay.
So it was
you adopted it.
Yeah, it used to be Rundatrax Music Company.
Okay.
So yeah, and I used to go by the name Decimal, and I had Sugar Boy A1, and had other artists. But when he left, it was more or less like, if I don't push the name will go.
Yeah.
So when I became an artist myself, I mean, when I became mainstream as an artist, I didn't carry my first name or my Decimal. I just took Rundatrax because, you know, the name came from just being active, you know, energy, run the tracks, run the music. Don't keep it walking, let it flow, you know. So yeah. As a producer, I run the tracks, run the tracks. But yeah, that's my name right now, you know.
Okay. What are some of the artists that you have produced?
Bro, I've been in studio with Timaya, Two Face, Yemi Alade, Iyanya, Techno. Then I used to be signed as a producer to one of the biggest label then in Africa, Triple MG.
Okay.
Managed by Ubi Franklin. Ubi Franklin used to be my manager. You know, it just didn't work out in the long run. So I think that was the time I was trying to come to America too. So I had to leave. The list is it's long. I just wasn't a commercial producer. I used to produce projects. Most of the artists that I mentioned, I've done jingles. I used to do jingles a lot. You see, that's where the big money came from. MTN. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, a lot of just NGOs. I was doing jingle one for everybody. You know, soundtrack. You know, Nollywood.
Yes.
You know? But as a producer, I used to believe that, you know, I could produce a human being as much as I could produce the music. So I wasn't just a beat maker. I was a producer. Like I used to have producers work under me too. Then, and I used to produce artists too that sing. You see what I'm saying? I used to be a vocal producer. I still can do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so what can people expect from you next?
Yo, I'm North American tour is about to be crazy. So far so good. Every other Thursday I've been active with that my Afrobeat. So we, you know, created a foundation to work with Kevin Bosch, and that's where people see me a whole lot. But personally, as my brand, I'm going on a North American tour, and I'm going to Nigeria to tour Africa too. But North American tour, then my producer album. I'm in studio right now. It's crazy.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to loud it too much. I like impact. I'm big on impact. I want when the album come out, you know, the impact instead of talking too much about it. So yeah, I'm in studio and I'm going on tour right now. The bookings are crazy. Like I just got booked to perform in Saudi Arabia for a prince's daughter. That's one of the biggest payment of my whole career. That is crazy.
That's good for you.
Yes.
Congratulations to that.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So the bookings are crazy. Like every other Kansas City, Barbados is coming up, Lagos. I did a show in Houston and this lady like, yo, my husband, he doesn't have the green card to come to America yet. But I was on first time when he performed and his birthday's coming. I'm going to fly you back to Lagos. Do you go to Lagos? I'm like, yeah, I'm from Lagos. So yeah, I'm pretty much in studio right now. Then I'm just doing a whole lot of shows. I pretty much perform every other weekend. From Thursday, it gets busy. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I see that you're a very busy man. Hope you have the time to eat.
Yeah. My strength to come from food. I love African food. I'm a Calabar. I love afang soup. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I don't joke with food. I try to eat. The question is, I'm trying to get more sleep time because I have deprived myself a lot of good sleep time. That's the only challenge because I get club bookings.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I used to be very active at Mr. Soul after hours, and every other after hours I used to perform from like 9 p.m. I have different venue, 9 to 11, 11 to 1, then 3 o'clock I'm at Mr. Soul's, but I had to cut down on some of the performances because I got bigger and my feet got bigger, so and I needed more time to rest because if I perform Friday, Saturday, I'm going for weddings or a party and I need to sleep to regain my energy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to make more time to sleep, so that I wake up with refreshed energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
You talk about afang soup. I love afang soup too.
Yeah, afang is crazy. I'm telling you.
It's the first calabash soup that I actually ate.
Yes, once you eat afang, it's a wrap. That's one of the things that I tell my clients, especially if it's like birthday parties, Nigerian parties, weddings where, caterers come. I'm like, make sure my afang soup and pounded yam or fufu and goat meat is on. Like I have to eat before I play.
Yeah. So if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Afang soup. I ate afang this morning before coming.
Okay, I see.
Shout out to your restaurant. I ate afang this morning before I come with fufu. I'm one of that person. I'm one of the African that will eat fufu in the morning, fufu in the evening. You know what I'm saying? Like afang in the morning, edikaikong in the evening, egusi. I mostly eat African food out here in America. So yeah, I'll never get tired of afang soup. It's not possible.
Cool. What is the most important lesson that you have learned over your career?
Well, the most important lesson is invest in yourself. Like, nobody can invest in you as much as you can invest in yourself. Like I said, I used to be a very big fan. I used to be big on investing in other people. Like, I would make money, boom. Like, at the time, I had to leave America to Nigeria for like 6 months. I went home with a lot of money. When they got a house, auditioned for like artists. I had like 5 artists at the same time. I was just there. All of these boys, they just messed up the whole investment, the whole deal, and the whole, like, some music I've done with them, I can't come out again because, you see what I'm saying? So the biggest lesson I've ever learned is, first of all, invest in yourself. And secondly, test all spirits. I don't care whatever their foundation. I don't care if they are speaking in tongues. I don't care whatever kind of personality they are. Once you start getting close to a certain kind of people, test everybody. As a Christian, I used to wonder why God will have Abraham. God is an all-knowing God. Yeah. God knows a lot. But think about it. Why do you think God told Abraham, if you love me, go and sacrifice Isaac? God should already in his subconscious know that Abraham would do it. But for the certain level you get to somebody, you have to test that friendship with the level of sacrifice they are willing to sacrifice for that friendship. Don't ever assume. Nah, assumption is wrong.
Okay.
You won't get it right. So yeah, the biggest lesson, test everybody. Everybody goes through a test. Even people that are so close to you at certain time. You have to just test it and see that, will these people get my back the same way I got their back? Yeah. It's very important. Otherwise you burn out. Mm-hmm. People always take. They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a very big, it's a lesson that I wish I knew when I was like in my 20s. I'll probably be like a billionaire now. Because everything that ever went down in terms of my business money, it's because of people. Yeah, I used to think everybody has the kind of heart that I do. Yeah. That's a lie. Mm-hmm. So test everybody, especially when you're when you guys have some kind of vision you're working towards, or, nah, everybody's not the same. Everybody think different. And you can't control, that's the funny part, you cannot control who God forgives. Yeah. So somebody can really mess you up now and go get, God forgive. Yeah. Although there's karma, but you see, since you can't control that, make sure that their personal, their spirit, their vision, it fits into your person. Okay. That's a big lesson. I've been burnt over so many times. Oh God, now it's like my eyes are wide open. Like I can smell bullshit from like a million miles. Like, when somebody's saying hello to me, I'm looking at you like, okay. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My sixth sense is my discernment, is 100 right now. So that's a big lesson. I learned that after being burnt for a long time, So that's a very huge lesson.
Yeah, discernment is always a good thing to have.
Yes.
It makes you organize your life properly.
Yes.
You know where to go, where not to go, people to move with, and all that. Yeah. You got to discern people. You got to discern situations.
Yes, that's very important.
Very important.
Otherwise, you get yourself into something, because it's easier to avoid. I don't like any kind of drama. It's easier to avoid it than to deal with it. Like when you're dealing with it, people get a lot of misconception. You see what I'm saying? It's more or less somebody can offend you, and by the time you bring it up, it will look like you're the problem. It's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So before, test people. It's
absolutely.
Yeah. Big lesson.
So, if you were to advise the up and coming artists today, what would you say to them?
Well, I just posted that on my Instagram story. Yeah. First of all, be consistent.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, be disciplined. Number three, forget who you know. Forget who you think you know. They can't get you there. My greatest fans are people that I don't even know. Forget who you know. Because by the time you get popping now, who you know start getting jealous.
Yeah.
No, just forget who you know and who you think you know. Trust me. Those are my 3 watchwords.
That's a good advice from Rundatrax.
Yes, forget who you know. Who you know, okay.
Okay.
That's good. Who you know. Work. Put in that work. Be consistent. Consistency will build confidence.
Yes.
Consistency will build skills that you never knew you had.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I can wake up anytime and perform. And be disciplined, because that is one thing that, especially like you get in the spotlight, a lot of indiscipline will come, a lot of distraction, will come. From the women, from cloud, to people say, yo, it's happening here. Can we go here? No, I'm not good. Like you cannot see me where I'm not getting paid. That's not possible. Yeah. I'm sure after this podcast, I'm going to give my bill. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah. So pretty much, it's like I like where I get paid. You see what I'm saying? Just knowing that, I'm getting paid brings out something. You see, for me, this is Big Tega podcast is going to get me paid somehow, because by the time this is being streamed worldwide, my fans are going to see, and people that didn't really get to know the real me, they're going to get to know the, at least from what I'm saying today.
Well, after this podcast, make sure you bring my check. I'm supposed to be charging for the records.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, that's me. I understand.
You're supposed to be paying me for this podcast, selling your brand.
I understand that language, because that's my language. I like the language. A lot of people too always think I like money too much. No, that's one other misconception. I'm always, you see, when people pay what they respect, the Bible says a man's treasure is where the heart is.
Yes.
People don't respect you, they don't pay you. So me, I you can't see me where I'm not being paid. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Anywhere you see me, I'm getting paid somehow. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, so where can people find you online?
Okay, my website is www.rundatrax.com. That's RUND for dog, ATRAX. Rundatrax. Then that's my Instagram too, RUNDATRAX. So I'm verified. So when you just start typing, by the time you get to Runda, it will pop up. And also my Twitter. Basically, if you get to my website, every other thing about me is attached there. But if you're on Instagram right now, go to R for rocket, U for umbrella, N for Netherlands, D for dog, A for alpha, T for telephone, R for road, A for Alpha, X for xylophone. That's Rundatrax. Then you find me there. Yep. But you find me in your next city anytime. You know, people, oh, you're in my city. Yeah. That happens a whole lot.
Okay. That's good. They can find you online. That's very good at people can find you online.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
it's very
yes,
important.
Yes. That's how you can
As
book me too.
entertainers, business owners, what you do, you have to put it online so that people can see you.
Yep.
You know, and contact you for, you know, for gigs and
Right.
all that.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I see that you brought your drum today. You want to play something for us?
Yes, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
in my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna do the talking.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, I'm gonna have to just serenade it. You know, give you a little
Yeah.
piece of something.
How you used to go crazy with your drums.
I'm not gonna go crazy here.
Yeah,
but
don't go too crazy. You know, this is a studio. Just a little bit.
I'm just gonna give you guys, you know, a little bit for the road.
Yes. We
Pardon
would
me.
love to hear it. This one.
So you can see you have my cash out thing here. So as I'm performing, if you feel led, you can still scan it. And you know, I'm blessing a little bit. Yep, there is Secretary Prince Eric Punisher for Question about Rundatrax sounded.
Here we go. Hey. Hey. Wow. Hey. Run the tracks. It's been an awesome time with you, Rundatrax.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate your time
I
here.
appreciate you a lot.
Thank you very much for coming.
I appreciate you a lot.
Thank
for
you,
having
thank
me,
you, thank
know?
you, thank
Looking
you.
forward, you know, doing business. You
Sure.
know, when the big Tega Carnival Festival come up, you know what I'm saying? I'm right here, you know. Whatever big Tega Media is coming up with, I'm just a phone call away. You know, I got you. You know, I appreciate you for having me on your platform.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the Big Tega Podcast.
Hello, viewers. This is the Big Tega Podcast with Rundatrax. Thank you for watching this episode. Until next time, remain blessed.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Thank
Yep,
you.
Appreciate you.